It's lunchtime on quite a wild day. The wind's blowing, you can probably hear it. It's been snowing a couple times lately, but now it's above freezing and everything's melting. The goats, they decided they wanted some corn too when I came through here. I don't usually feed them at noon, but they insisted. They wonder what's going on now. The reason I'm here though is actually to show you that I've got to suddenly change what my principal attention is here. I was working on this. I knew bad weather was coming and the wind was going to be strong. So I replaced two windows up there, two full windows that had blown out before. I just had them there tacked, and they're still really just tacked, but they'll stay. And in here, you know, there's a feeling of shelter. It's been a while since I've been here, but I put a temporary wooden floor down so that the goats wouldn't be in the wet, and that's working just fine. They've got it pretty comfortable in here, but while I was here, I noticed that, you know, I've been planning on working here in the winter all along, but one of the things I noticed was that at this corner, the siding, this is on the outside, is actually bowed out right there, for example. That's the principal one, but back here it is as well. And I realize that means that this corner is actually sagging. You probably can't see because of the light, but I knew there was a lot of rot in here because of leaks in the roof for years. And I need to get to that, but I have to make it safe enough to go up there. Maybe you might be able to see it, I don't know. But everything here is rotten. And if I hit it with the hammer, you can hear that there's no strength to it at all. It's just that wood's just gradually turning to mush. I've got to deal with this now, today and tomorrow. It's going to be the principal thing I work on. And I thought I'd show you that before I start. I can fix it. And see, there's an enormous amount of weight above this in this kind of construction, because that's one of the point loads. I had a similar situation, many years ago now. Well, it's been here like that the sill here was failing. And so I put this post in, and that post is carrying most of the weight now. This one, as opposed to the old one. That post was all right. That post is extremely compromised back in there. I knew I had to deal with that. So this was construction work for the winter, and I knew it, but I didn't realize how urgent it was going to be. When I saw that the siding was actually beginning to bow out, then I realized, okay, I've got to turn to this. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. While I'm filming, the wind out here, it may be that you can't even hear my voice, but one of the things that kind of caught me by surprise was the snow that I figured I'd be able to easily go through it to get the material I need. Well, I had to dig through it. It wasn't that hard, but I'd been saving bigger timbers just for this job. And so I dug them out. Now I'll put the ones back in the pile. I've got lots and lots of these, and I'll use all that I need. But I also wanted some heavier ones, and I did have some, so I'll get them into the barn. Today I'll just get material gathered. Tomorrow I'll work at it more fiercely. That's not the kind of thing you like to hear. That's all right. I'm not too worried about that. All this stuff to get caught up on maybe this year. Back to where I started. All these goats, they think, hey, can't this special lunch party go on a little longer? What else was I going to show you? Oh, this spring in here. Look how strong it's running now. I think you can probably see that. I mean, water's running right through the barn now, and yet it's dry except for where the water's running. So that was a success.